So right now he's showing more interest in some of the things than the horses actually. So the tortoises are in those. There we go. Now he's gonna go say hi for the first time. Oh, the girls are... I'll just let this play out. So Shiloh came trotting down the driveway, which is actually what I want him to do, is to just check out all the area, because based on that first interaction, I think that Tempo's going to be trying to keep him away from her herd initially, which definitely tells me she sees him more as a threat to her leadership than as a new beau. And that makes sense, since she's now the leader of my herd. She's got a job to do to protect her herd. And so she's playing more of the role now that Shoki used to play in the herd. But I was really impressed with Shiloh. He didn't back down, but he also did not do anything to really create a more dramatic scene than Tempo was creating on her own. And now he's put distance between them and is finding a nice spot in the driveway and still looking over at the herd across the street, but has started to graze a little. And I'm kind of staying here with him just so he doesn't feel so alone. But I'll go back and check on my herd here in a minute, because he actually looks like he's pretty good. He's checking out the front pasture. So this was my goal for this morning, is just for him to start to get to know the topography and terrain and all the nooks and crannies at my farm, so that eventually when the herd is together, he will have some idea where he's going and how to navigate. I've got a lot of turns and small spaces and places a horse could get cornered. Feels a little squeezy there to go past me. So he's heading back toward the other horses again. Round 2. I can't walk fast enough to keep up. Yep. So he's talking to them, but he's keeping himself, he's not right up on the fence. I think he's trying to, well, he may just be looking at Bart's pen now, and there is a tortoise pen over there. I'm trying to stay back a little bit. There's a gate closed there. I didn't want to open up the front pasture just yet. I want him to get to know this part. He's really trying to, I think he's actually being very respectful of Tempo's leadership. And by grazing, he's trying to put them a little more at ease. This is all a really necessary part of the process for Tempo to start to feel more confident that he's not a threat to their herd integrity, and for him to get really clear on, you know, what his initial place is coming into an established herd. And this is really good to see. I'm very happy to see that he is not challenging her in any way. So I think what I'll know that they're maybe ready for being together when they start kind of mirroring each other's bodies. Everybody can graze quietly together, be near the fence with each other, sniff noses politely, and not quite so much drama. So it's going to take a while, but I feel actually really good about this first interaction. I noticed that Puck was also real defensive, you know, kind of, she's not real authoritarian, but she was charging the fence a little when he first came up. So he definitely knows that Tempo and Puck come as a team and they're going to work together. So he's a smart guy. He understands. Now, beautiful. He and Tempo he blew out some stress, and then he just aligned his body with Tempo's, letting out a little more air. So he just told her with his body language that he is following her lead right now and wants to join in with her herd, I guess to say. He's joining her rather than her joining him here. Really cool. All right.
Went into her airspace.
He did, and she let him. Wow, and then she just moved off. And now she's following his lead. Whoa. Is that him blowing out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, still some posturing. So it's been about 30 minutes now of just real quiet. Shiloh is still out here in the yard, and my horses, if you can see them, well, they're all my horses, but the other horses are back here and staying on the far end of the pasture, honestly, but they are kind of lining up with him in his body. It's pretty fascinating. Just by one, you know, de-escalating, two, not taking the bait, but also 3 really not backing down and just being very calm and centered and confident in himself, I felt like something big shifted. And I'm surprising myself to say this, but I think Tempo may end up accepting his leadership, which would be amazing and beautiful. That's just my gut feeling right now after their first interactions, but we'll see. A lot yet to come, but I'm actually really happy with how this went this morning and how confident he is in the yard, just like as if this has been his home forever. Very confident and very relaxed. So yay for first explorations.